Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and this is a story about my first time getting suspended from school. So this video, don't do this at school, kids. This is like a learning experience. Don't do what I do. I'm an idiot. I'm actually like mentally ill, so don't do this. But I was 14 in the 8th grade when this happened, and my friend, one of my buddies, we'll call him Bill. And Bill's like, "You want to buy a wax pen?" I'm like, "I don't know, I guess so." And he's like, "At this time, guys, I had only kid a vape one time I ever smoked anything." So I was very skeptical on doing this, but he's like, "But if you want this, you have to make a couple pen bowls for me. If you don't know what a pen bowl is, it's where you take all the innards out of a pen and put like the metal pen cap in the top and like use that as the bowl, and then you like suck in through the bottom of the pen." And then he's like, so I made them for him. I went home that night and made them. And the next day I came to school, came doing like the mini M&M tubes. It has like the little M&Ms in the tube, and you pop up in the lid, and you just kind of like pick a couple out and eat them. That's what I put them in. And I put them in this thing, and I put them in there, and I kind of went through the whole day in my bag. Got to the class we're in together. We had math together, I think, math and like global or history, social studies, whatever you want to call it. We had that together, and I go over there and I'm like, "Here's your M&Ms." He opens it up, checks it out, and he's like, "Okay, thanks, man." And he puts them in his bag. He hands me a thing. I'm like, "Thanks." He put it in like he put an Xbox controller case kind of thing, and he put it in there, and he hands it to me, and I'm like, "Thanks for my controller bag." And he put it in my backpack. Went out with the day, and then I guess he told one of his friends or something, and they're like sketchy, and I guess he snitched. And so I'm in 6th hour, and I have science, and I'm sitting there, I'm chilling at science class. I'm like, this is gonna be great. Go home, set this up, get my new cart for it, whatever. I'm sitting there. It's like 15-20 minutes until the bell rings when I'm like to freedom. 15 to 20 minutes, and I would have been free. 15-20 minutes. That would have been glorious. I've been out of there, and it would have been all over with. And sorry if you heard my chair squeak, but it would over with. Everything's done with. Everything's done and over. Go home, whatever. Play some Xbox. And so the VP comes in, and he's like, "Grab your bag. You're coming to the office for a minute. We need to talk to you." There's my teacher. The teacher tells me to get my stuff and go. So I put my papers in my bag, zip it up, put my bag on. And we're walking the hallways, like, "Stop, open up your locker." So I open up my locker. Surprise, surprise, there's a notebook. And cobwebs, probably, because I never use my locker. I always carry my bag around with me. So we head to the office, and he's like, "Sit down here, wait for the principal to get back." And I guess she's talking to my buddy at this time. And she's like, "Okay, he takes my buddy into the ISS room, sets him down. And then she takes me in there, and she's like, 'What do you have on you that you're not supposed to?' And I'm like, 'Nothing.' And she's like, 'I know you're lying to me.' And we'll tell my principal, Mrs. Bitchosaurus Rex, because that's what she is. And I think that's a funny thing to name to call someone, Bitchosaurus Rex. And so she's sitting there, I'm like, 'Why waste my time? I should be in class right now, finishing up my work for science and going home.' He's like, 'I know you're lying.' And then the VP starts going through my bag, and he finds the Xbox case with the pen in it. He went deep into this controller box. Like, you know, if you ever bought a brand new Xbox controller, it comes in a white box, and you lift it up, and under the thing, there's like under the controller is where you feel like there's like the instructions. He pulls that out. There's the pen in like 3 separate pieces. Like, it has the bottom, the battery, the middle half, which is the heater, and the top half is where you put the cart. So he takes this out. He's like, "What is this then?" And I'm like, "I don't know." It had an actual Xbox controller in it, so he takes out the controller too. And I was like, "Nothing, it's just an Xbox controller. Like, why are you doing this?" And he's like, "I didn't even know that was in there." He's like, "Bullshit." And I'm like, "Why are you swearing at me, dude?" And he's like, "I'm not. I never said that." And of course, he's like playing it off like he's a fucking saint. And then they consider, like, "Okay, we're gonna have to call your parents." He's, "Oh, I don't live with my mom," so they didn't really call her. They called my grandpa, who was out in the parking lot waiting for me. And they call him in. he's like, why am I here? I just waiting to get him home. And she's like, well, he was found with drug paraphernalia, and he is suspended for like 8 to 10 days. So my grandpa looks pissed. He's never mad. He's a very chill, mellow dude. He's one of the nicest people in the world. He's like, well, I don't think he wouldn't have known that was on there. I think he just borrowed a case from a controller from his buddy, and that was just a mistake. And he tried to fight it for me. It didn't work out. So I ended up getting suspended for 8 or 10 days. I can't really remember what it was. Which kind of sucked is Infinite Warfare and MWR released like a week from then. And I was playing the beta, and they actually let me play on the launch day for my game. But they took all my other games. So they took BO3, they took all my other games, they took my 360 out. They left my Xbox One for Netflix, and they let me play Infinite Warfare when it came out. And so that ended pretty smoothly, but I feel like that was a cool story for you guys to tell and for me to tell you guys and stuff. So please like, rate, comment, and subscribe for more content from me. I have been Ace Gamestar. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, guys.